ஆழ்வார் திருடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருடிகளே சரணம், பெரியவாச்சான் பிள்ளை திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம், குலசேகர ஆழ்வார் திருடிகளே சரணம். ஸ்ரீசைலேஷ தயாபாத்திரம் தீபக்தியாதி குணார்ணவம் யதீந்திர பிரவணம் வந்தே ரம்ய ஜாமாதரம் முனிம் ரம்ய ஜாமாத்திரி யோகீந்திர பாதரேகாமயம் சதா ததாயத்தாத்ம சத்தாதிம் ராமானுஜ முனிம் பஜே. லக்ஷ்மீநாத சமாரம்பாம் நாதயாமுன மத்தியமாம் அஸ்மத் ஆச்சாரிய பரியந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம். யோனித்யமச்சுத பதாம்புஜே யுக்மருக்ம व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. मातापितायोतयस्तनया भूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य नः कुलपतेर्वकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्करयुगलं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना. भूतं सरश्च महताह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसार कुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्ग्रिरेण परकाल यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्. இன்னமுது முட்டியேன் இங்கேவா பைங்கிளியே தன்னரங்கம் பாடவல்ல தீர்ப்பெருமான் பொன்னின் சிலை சேர் முதலியர்வேள் சேரலர்கோன் எங்கள் குலசேகரன் என்றே கூறு. ஆரங்கட பரநண்பர் கொள்ளார் என்று அவர்களுக்கே வாரங்கொடு குடப்பாம்பில் கையிட்டவன் மாற்றலரை வீரங்கெடுத்த செங்கோல் கொல்லிகாவலர் வில்லவர்கோன் சேரன் குலசேகரன் முடிவேந்த சிகாமணியே. In the series of lectures on Dhivyaprabandham, we have started enjoying perumAL thirumozhi, which is a divine composition of Kulashekara Alvar, also known as Kulashekara perumAL in our Sampradayam, with the commentary of Periyavachan Pillai. We are going to enjoy the brief meanings of this perumAL thirumozhi Dhivyaprabandham. As informed before, this is a brief explanation series. I am requesting those who are willing to spend a little bit more time studying the deep meanings which are present in the translation of the commentary, please do go through them. It will be very beneficial to understand the deep meanings of the pasurams. They are all available in our website dhivyaprabandham.coil.org. So, Kulashekara Alvar, being blessed by Bhagavan with Mayarvara Madinalam, that is unblemished knowledge and devotion, he became very eager to see Periya Perumal, Sri Ranganatha, in Sri Rangam, but he was stopped by his ministers who did not want him to leave the kingdom and go to Sri Rangam. So every day he would crave and long to go to Sri Rangam, and that longing is shown in this first padigam. iruLiriyach chudarmaigaL இமைக்கும் நெத்தி இனத்தொத்தி அணிபடம் ஆயிரங்கள் ஆழ்ந்த அரவரச பெருஞ்சோதி அனந்தன் என்னும் அணிவிளங்கும் உயர்வெள்ளை அணையமேவி திருவரங்க பெருநகருள் தென்னீர் பொன்னி திரைக்கையால் அடிவருட பள்ளி கொள்ளும் கருமணியை கோமளத்தை கண்டுகொண்டு என் கண்ணனைகள் எண்ணுகளோ கழிக்கும் நாடே. In the first pasuram itself, Alvar is asking, when am I going to go and see Sri Ranganatha and become joyful? When is that going to happen? The Sri Ranganatha, Periya Perumal, is reclining on Adisheshan, and he looks like a black gemstone, precious gemstone. He is very tender. I want to see such Bhagavan, says Kulashekara Alvar in the first pasuram. So we have seen the introduction for the padigam, for the decade, and then we have seen the first pasuram. Now we are going to start with the second pasuram and enjoy the meanings for these pasurams. Second pasuram is வாயோரீர் ஐநூறு விதங்களார்ந்த வளை உடம்பின் அழல் நாகம் உமிழ்ந்த செந்தி வீயாத மரச்சென்னி விதானமே போல் மேன்மேலும் மிகவெங்கும் பரந்ததன் கீழ் காயாம்பூ மலர்த்திரங்கள் அன்னமாலை கடியரங்க தரவணையில் பள்ளி கொள்ளும் மாயோனை மனத்தூணே பற்றி நின்று என் வாயாரை எண்ணுகளோ வாழ்த்து நாளே. All of these pasarams are very beautiful. They show deep desire in Kulashekara Alvar towards Sri Ranganatha, and the deep desire in Kulashekara Alvar to enjoy the divine form of Sri Ranganatha. So the second pasaram, he is asking, when am I going to hold on to the Thirumanathun? For those who have visited Srirangam, in the Garbhagraham, in the sanctorium, Periya Perumal Sri Ranganatha is reclining on Adishesha. It's a very huge, wonderful form. And in front of the Garbhagraham, there is a small area, and in that area, it is usually said as Ardhamandapam. Ardhamandapam means the first area outside the Garbhagraham. In that, we will see two pillars. Nowadays they are gold plated. In both sides, when we enter, we will see two pillars on the two sides. That is, those pillars are known as Thirumanathun. Thirumanathun means divine auspicious pillar. There are two of them. Now, why do we need a pillar inside the Garbhagraham like that? For that, our acharyas have explained, based on Kulashekara Alvar's pasaram, that they are there for our support. Our support means it is the support for great devotees who are melting on seeing Bhagavan. When we go there, we are very focused on having clear darshan of perumAL, desiring to see from the divine feet to divine head, Utsavar, Tayar, that is Sri Devi, Bhumi Devi Tayar, and then there is Tiruvaranga Maligaya, that is the Yaga bearer, who looks very similar to Sri Ranganatha, Namperumal. So all of these personalities, they are all inside the Garbhagraham. So we are very clear what we want to see and have darshan, and then we are going in there. But great saints like Alvars, when they go close to the Garbhagraham, the Ardhamandapam, they become very emotional. Their legs become weakened. Their body gets goosebumps. Their eyes are covered with tears. They are not able to see anything in the front. They are not able to move forward freely. For such persons, to stop them from totally melting down, these pillars are there. So these great saints, they can hold on to the pillars and sustain themselves, and then they can see Bhagavan, have darshan of Bhagavan. So that pillar is highlighted by Alvar in this pasaram. We have to imagine how it will be, and we have to long for such darshan. So here Alvar is saying, I want to worship the amazing Lord, but I cannot do it on my own without any support. So I am going to hold on to these pillars and will glorify Him with my mouth and praise Him with my mouth. So when is that day going to come? When is that going to happen? That is the intent of this pasaram. Let us see the word by word meanings. Tudangal arnda, filled with praises, stotrams. Vai or ear ainyuru. Vai or ear ainyuru means, vai means mouth, or means unique, distinguished. Ear ainyuru means 2 500s, that is 1000. So having distinguished 1000 mouths, Valai udambil. Valai here means bent. Valaivu means bent, curve. So Adishesha's divine form is having 1,000 mouths and then curved divine form. Nagam. Nagam means Thiruvananthalvan, Adishesha. Such Adisheshas, Adal. Adal means very hot, that which heats up the entire place. Nagam. Nagam is Thiruvananthalvan. So, the Adishesha who is burning like fire, he is spitting fire. Umildu. Continuously he is spitting fire. Senti. What is that he is spitting? Reddish fire. Viyada Madachenni. This fire being spat out by Adishesha is like Viyada Madachenni, for the divine crown of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, which is fresh, where the flowers are very fresh. For that divine crown, Vidhaname pole, like a cloth which gives protection, a decorative cloth which is we see when you go to temples. There during special utsavams, there will be a cloth which is placed on the ceiling, hanging down from the ceiling, suspended from the ceiling. It will have different designs, Thiruman, Shankam, Chakram and so on. So, the fire which is being spit out by Adishesha is like the Vidhanam. Vidhanam means the cloth which is suspended from the ceiling. Like that, Yengum, at all places, Menmelum, more and more, Parandu, Migha, it is spreading everywhere and filling every place. Adan Kil, under that fire, Kayambu Malarpirangal Anna Malai. Kayambu Malarpirangal. Kayambu means a very dark complexion flower, dark colored flower. Kayambu. Malarpirangal Anna. Like a garland which is made using that Kayambu, that flower. Malai, one who is Sarveshwara. Mal means Supreme Lord. Mal also means one who is infatuated towards his devotees. Here Mal is explained as Supreme Person, Sarveshwara. Kadiyarangathu, having great fort as the protective layer for the Koil. Arangam means Koil in our Sampradayam. Whenever in our Sampradayam, in Granthams, when we see Koil, it implies Srirangam. So in this Srirangam, Aravanayil, on the Thiruvananthalvan mattress, Palligollum, one who is mercifully reclining. Mayonai, the very amazing Lord. Manathune Patinindru. Manathun means the Thirumanatun, the two pillars which are auspicious pillars. Holding on to them, En Vayara Valthum Nal. When I can praise you joyfully with my mouth, Yendrugolo Valthunade. When is that going to happen? When is the day I am going to praise you to my mouth's satisfaction? That is the question being asked in this Pasuram. So Alvar is saying, when am I going to praise you to my full satisfaction? That is asked in the second question, second Pasuram. Now third Pasuram. எம்மாண்பின் அயன்னான்கு நாவினாலும் எடுத்தேத்தி ஈரிரண்டு முகமும் கொண்டு எம்மாடும் எழில் கண்கள் எட்டினோடும் தொழுதேத்தி இனிதிரைஞ்சன் என்ன செம்பன் அம்மான் தன் மலர்க்கமல கொப்புழு தோன்ற அணியரங்க தரவணையில் பள்ளி கொள்ளும் அம்மான் தன் அடியினை கீழ் அலர்களிட்டு அங்கு அடியவரோடு என்றுகளோ அணுகு நாடு. In this Pasuram, Alvar is requesting, when am I going to come towards you? along with the Bhagavatas, along with the devotees. That is the question being asked by Kulashekara Alvar. Let us see the word by word meaning. Yam anbin ayan. Aya means Brahma, Aja. That is Brahma, who has greatness in many different ways. He has got greatness. Nangu Navina, because he is the one who is directly born from the divine lotus, from the divine navel of Bhagavan. So such Brahma, who has the greatness, and also he learnt directly from Bhagavan. Everything is learnt by Brahma directly from Bhagavan. So that Brahma, Nangu Navinadum, with the 4 tongues, he has 4 heads. So in each head there is 1 tongue. So with those 4 tongues, Yadati Eti, matching his enthusiasm and interest, worshipping Bhagavan properly. Irirandu Mugamum Kondu. He is having 2 faces. That is 2 of 2 faces, totally 4 faces. Chaturmukha Brahma. So he is having 4 faces. Yammadum, in all directions. Yedil Kandla Letinodum. He has 2 eyes in each face. So totally 8 eyes are there. Along with those 8 eyes, Todudu. That is worshipping me. Yeti, Stotram Panni. Praising Bhagavan. Inidi Iranjan entra. To offer Shashtanga Pranamam, that is full obeisances. Bhagavan stood there in this manner. Semban Ammantan, like a molten gold. Bhagavan, who is Spruhaniya, that is very desirable. That Bhagavan, his Kamala Puvum, Kamala Malar, the Tamarai Pushpam, that is lotus flower, Kopul Tondra, as the Tirunabi, that is divine navel, as it is seen, Aniyarangathu, on the Srirangam, which is like the decoration for samsara. Aravanayil Palligoldum. In this Koyil, Srirangam, Koyil means Srirangam, in this Srirangam, Aniyarangathu. That is the Srirangam which is like a decoration for the whole earth. Aravanayil Palligoldum. One who is mercifully resting on Thiruvananthalvan, Adisheshan. Ammantan, that Sarveshwara, that Sriman Narayana, Adiyanai Kil, under the lotus feet, Alargalittu, offering flowers, Anga Adiyavarodu, the devotees who are present there, along with them, Anugum Nal, the day when I approach him, Yendrigolo, when is that? Asks Kulashekara Alvar in this Pasuram. Here, in this Pasuram, Alvar is desiring to be with Bhagavatas. And also he is focusing on Brahma in this Pasuram. Brahma is appearing from the divine navel of Mahavishnu, Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. And he is fully focused on learning Shastram and engaged in creation. So such Brahma is praying to Bhagavan. He is present. Bhagavan is present in a manner that Brahma can also come and worship him. Such Ammantan Sarveshwaras Adiyanai Kil, under the divine feet, Alargalittu, offering flowers, Angu Adiyavarodu, along with the Bhagavatas there. That is, Nammalvar also prayed, Andavil Perinbathu Adiyarodu Irundamai. Adiyargal Kurangrai என்று Udan kuduvad endru golo. Nammalvar also prayed like that. So here also, Kulashekara Alvar is following the same trend. When will I be united with the Bhagavatas there? When is that date? Asks Kulashekara Alvar in the second pasturam. Now third pasturam. Avinai vai pilanduganda malai வேலை வண்ணனை என் கண்ணனை வன்குன்றம் ஏந்தி ஆவினை அன்று உய்யக்கொண்ட ஆயரேத்தை அமரர்கள் தம் தலைவனை அந்தமிழ் இன்பப் பாவினை அவ்வடமொழியை பற்றற்றார்கள் பயிலரங்க தரவணையில் பள்ளி கொள்ளும் கோவினை நாவுற அழுத்தி எந்தன் கைகள் கொய்மலர் தூ என்றுகளோ கூப்பு நாடே. In this pasaram, Alvar is asking perumAL, when will I pluck flowers for you, and when will I offer that to you, and when will I perform Anjali towards you? Anjali is the symbol of joining the palms like this. If one performs Anjali, the other person will become melted. So that is shown in this pasaram. When will I offer my Anjali to you? Asks Kulashekara Alvar. மாவினை வாய் பிளந்துகந்த மாலை வேலை வண்ணனை என் கண்ணனை வன்குன்றமேந்தி ஆவினை அன்னுய்யக் கொண்ட ஆயரேத்தை அமரர்கள் தம் தலைவனை அந்தமிழ் இன்பப் பாவினை அவ்வடமொழியை பத்தத்தார்கள் பயிலரங்க தரவணையில் பள்ளி கொள்ளும் கோவினை நாவிர அழுத்தி எந்தன் கைகள் மொய்மலர் தூ என்னுகளோ கூப்பு நாளே. Let us see the word by word meanings. மாவினை வாய் பிளந்து. Ma means animal. Here horse is shown as animal. He tore the mouth of Keshi. Keshi was a asura who came to attack Krishna. Narada Maharishi became very scared seeing Keshi and he fainted. That is how this Keshi was having a cruel form. That Keshi, the asura, tearing his mouth, Uganda, being joyful that all the enemies of the Bhagavatas, they are all gone. Saying that, becoming joyful, Malai, one who is having great love towards Bhagavatas, devotees. Velai Vannanai, one who is having complexion of the ocean. The ocean is dark blue in color. Similar complexion is seen on Bhagavan. Having such complexion, Yen Kannanai, one who is very easily approachable for me, one who is Krishna. And on the day when the feast was refused to Indra, and because of that Indra became very angry, upset, and he sent hailstorms to Gokulam. On that day, one Kundramendi, lifting up the very powerful, very strong Govardhana mountain, hill, Avinai Uyyakonda, he protected all the cows, all the cowherds, men and women, everyone were protected under the umbrella of Govardhana hill. Govardhana hill is the umbrella here. So such Bhagavan, Avinai Uyyakonda, one who protected the cows, Ayaretai, being the lord of cowherd boys, Amarargal tam talaivanai. If one thinks that he is just a leader of cowherd boys, then we can see Amarargal tam talaivanai. He is not just the cowherd boy, he is the lord of the Nityasuris, Ananta, Garuda, Vishwaksena and so on. Being the Talaivanai, being the lord of Nityasuris, Tamilin, in the beautiful Tamil, in the chaste Tamil, Inba Pavinai, very enjoyable very enjoyable like dhivyaprabandham, like the divine pasurams. Bhagavan is also very enjoyable. Being in that manner, being very enjoyable for everyone, of Vadamoliyai, the Sri Ramayanam and other granthams which are in Sanskritam, such sweet renderings, Pattratrargal Payil, those who have given up, abandoned attachments from this world, such Ananya Prayojanas, are residing here permanently. Aranga Taravanayil Palligollum, one who is resting on Koil, Thiruvananthalvan, the Adishesha, one who is resting on, reclining on such Adishesha, Kovinai, Bhagavan, who is Sri Ranganatha, who is the Lord. Navura Aluthi, to cause scar on the tongue, praising in that manner, Yendan Kaigal, my hands, Koimalar Tui, with the flowers which are plucked by myself, offering such flowers, proffering such flowers, Kupum Nal, performing Anjali that day, Yendrugolo, when is that going to happen? Says Kulashekara Alvar. So Kulashekara Alvar is asking, when am I going to praise you continuously and glorify you and offer the flowers which I prepare, garland which I prepare from here. So when is that day? Asked Kulashekara Alvar. That was 4th Pasaram. Now 5th Pasaram. Inayilla innisai aalkalmi inba tumburuum nardanam iranjiyetha thonayilla thonmalar thonmarai nool stothirathal thonmalar kan ayan manangi ஓவாதேத்த மணிமாட மாளிகைகள் மல்கு செல்வ மதிலரங்க தரவணையில் பள்ளி கொள்ளும் மணிவண்ணன் அம்மானை கண்டுகொண்டு என் மலர் சென்னி என்றுகளோ வணங்கு நாடே. When is my head going to bow down to Bhagavan? Bhagavan is glorified as Manivanna. Manivanna means one who has beautiful complexion like a precious gem. Let us see the word by word meaning. Inva Tumburuum Nardhanam. Tumburu and Narada, they are all great sages who glorify Bhagavan and with the pasurams and become joyful also. Those Maharishis, Yanayilla Innisai, matchless and divine music, having such music, Yal Kalimi, playing the veena. When we play the veena, just different tunes will come. That is explained here. Iranji Yetha, the Tumburu, Narada, they all come and offer pranamams, obeisances to Bhagavan and praise him. Tunayilla, not having any match, Tolmarainul Totirathal, with the Stotram, which is Veda Shastram. Stotram is nothing but Veda Shastram, which is coming from time immemorial. There is no beginning for Vedam. It is always there. Even in deluge, Pralaya Kalam, Bhagavan keeps the Vedam in his heart. Tolmalarkan Ayan. Tolmarinul Totirathal, that is with the Veda Shastram, with the Stotram of Veda Shastram. Tolmalarkan Ayan. The Brahma who is present in Tirunadi Kamalam, the divine lotus from the divine navel. That Brahma who is born there, Vanangi Ovadi Etha, that Brahma offered full pranamas. And continuously praising Bhagavan. Manimada Maligagal, the big mansions, huge mansions which are studded with priceless gems. Malgu Selvam, having great wealth. Madilarangatha Aravanayil Palligollum. One who is reclining on Adishesha in the fortified Srirangam, Manivanan Ammanai. One who is having beautiful form, and he is Sarveshwara, the Lord of all. Kandigondu, seeing him constantly in Malarchenni, my head which is decorated with flowers, Vanangum Nal Endrugodo. When will my head bow unto his divine feet and worship him? When is that day coming? So Alvar is asking in this first pasuram, when he will be able to place his head on the divine feet of Bhagavan and continuously worship him. Next, sixth pasuram, Alimalar mel ayan aran indiranodu yene amarargal tamkuluvum arambayarum attum. Telimadiser munivargal tamkuluvum undi திசை திசையில் மலர் தூவிச் சென்று சேரும். களிமலர் சேர் பொழிலரங்கத்து உரகமேறி கண்வளரும் கடல் வண்ணர் கமலக் கண்ணும் ஒளிமதி சேர் திருமுகமும் கண்டுகொண்டு என் உள்ளமிக என்றுகளோ உருது நாடே. In this pasuram, Alvar is asking, when will his heart melt on seeing Periya Perumal, Sri Ranganatha? Let us see the word by word meanings. Alimalar mel ayan. Alimalar means lotus flower, which is swarmed by beetles, and male ayan, that means Brahma who is sitting on top of such flower. This is the divine flower on the divine navel of Bhagavan. So Brahma is sitting on top of the lotus flower, which is sprouting from Bhagavan's divine navel, such Brahma. Aran. Aran means Rudra, Shivan. Indiranodi yene amarargal tamkuluvum. And then Indra, along with other devatas, all of them. Arambayarum, all the devastris, that is the damsels, the women in Devalokam, Swargam, that is Ramba, Tilotama, Urvashi, Menaka, and all of them. Matrum, other than that, Telimadiser Munivargal Tamkuluvum, all the sages such as Sanaka and the other sages who are all having very clear knowledge that Narayana is the Supreme Lord. Undi, pushing each other, jostling each other, disayil, everywhere, wherever we see, Malattovi Chandra Serum, offering flowers, pouring flowers and approaching Bhagavan. Kalimala Ser Pudil Arangat, the Srirangam, which is having gardens, orchards, which are having flowers with lot of honey. Here the beauty of Srirangam is explained. Uragameri, climbing on the Thiruvananthalvan, Adishesha, Kanvalarum, mercifully reclining and resting, Kadalvannar, Bhagavan who is having ocean-like complexion. Such Bhagavans, Kamalakannum, beautiful reddish lotus flower-like eyes, ஒளிமதி சேர் திருமுகமும், beautiful divine face which resembles cool moon, which is having cool rays. That divine face, kandu kondu, being able to worship, en ullam, my heart, miga urugum naal endrugalo. When is that day when my heart will melt greatly? Asks Alvar in the 6th பாசுரம். 7th பாசுரம். மறந்திகழும் மனமொழித்து வஞ்சமாற்றி ஐம்புலங்கள் அடக்கி இடர்பார துன்பம் துறந்து இருமுப்பொழுதேத்தி எல்லையில்லா தொன்னெறிக்கண் நிலை நின்ற தொண்டரான அறம் திகழும் மனத்தவர்தம் கதியை பொன்னி அணியரங்கத் தரவணையில் பள்ளி கொள்ளும் நிறந்துகழும் மாயோனைக் கண்டு என் கண்கள் நீர்மல்க என்றுகளோ நிற்கும் நாடே. In this pasuram, Alvar is asking, when will his eyes will be filled with happy tears on seeing Sri Ranganatha, Periya Perumal. Let us see the word by word meanings. Maram tigalum manam. Maram. Maram means violence, anger, cruelty and so on. Tigalum means filled with. Manam odithu. Eliminating my heart, mind, along with the traces. Due to my heart being filled with all of these, eliminating that, vanjam matri, I am having mischief, cheating attitude, eliminating that, ஐம்புலன்கள் அடக்கி, the 5 senses, eyes, ears, nose, skin, tongue. These cruel senses are to be controlled, controlling them so that they don't go into worldly pleasure. Idar param tunbam turandu. The ancient sins which are following us from time immemorial, they cause great sorrow. That burden of, huge burden of sins, eliminating that. So all of these are hurdles, obstacles. Eliminating all of these. Irumuppoludhu ஏத்தி. Irumuppoludhu has 2 meanings. One is the 3 times of the day which are of great significance. Iru means great or big in this context. Muppoludhu means 3 times. That is one meaning. Irumuppoludhu means, Iru means 2 and Muppoludhu means 3 times. So totally 5 times. That is Panchakala Parayana. All the Vaidikas, those who accept Vedam, are to follow 5 different routines in 5 different times of the day. First we have Abhigamana, waking up early in the morning around 4:30 or so, freshening up ourselves, doing dhyanam, all of that. And then Upadhanam. Upadhanam is the time in the morning where we have to go and fetch things for our Thiruvaradhanam. That is firewood, groceries, water and so on. And then Ijja. Ijja is Thiruvaradhanam. This is the focus of the day for a Vaidika, doing Thiruvaradhanam for Bhagavan at home. And then Swadhyayam. One has to perform study of Shastram, recital of Vedam, dhivyaprabandham, studying Purvacharya's works. All of these are part of Swadhyayam. And finally, the time to go to rest, that is known as Yogam, where we immerse in Bhagavan's thoughts in the night. So this is Yogam, which leads to sleep, so that the body can rest and Atma can focus on Bhagavan. So these 5 routines are part of a Vaidika's day on a daily basis. So doing all of the 5 activities at proper times. எல்லையில்லா தொன்னெறிக்கண் நிலை நின்ற. Not crossing any of the traditional boundaries. Tondar Tangal, Tondarana, the devotees, the servitors, Arantigarum Manatavartham, they are all having compassion in their mind, in their heart. For such Sri Vaishnavas, Gatiyai. Gati here is the ultimate destination, goal, being the ultimate destination. So, such Bhagavan, who is present in Srirangam, he has to be focused upon by eliminating all the hurdles and then engaging in Panchakala Parayanam. And for those Bhagavatas who are doing such thing, such routine, for them the goal is, ultimate goal is Bhagavan only. Being such Bhagavan, being such goal, Ponni Aniyarangatu, being surrounded by the Kaveri river, Srirangam, which is surrounded by Kaveri river, it is an island. Aravanayil Palligollum, there in the middle of the town, Bhagavan is reclining on the Adishesha. Nirantigarum, having beauty, Mayonai Kandu, seeing the and worshipping the amazing Lord Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, that is Sri Ranganatha, Yen Kangal Nirmalga, having happy tears filled in my eyes and overflowing. Nirkum Nal Endrugalo, when am I going to stand in front of him, seeing him with happy tears? Asks Alvar in the 7th Pasuram. Next Pasuram, 8th Pasuram. Polaranda Nidunchangam Punal Sangam Palayadi Kodundandu Potravol Val Kalanda Gadikaradan Ennum when ni Kadumbarave Ivayanaitum Puram Sul Kapa Selaranda Nidungarani Sori Sulda Tiruvaranga Taravanayil Palligollum Malonai Kandinba Kalaviyedi Valvinayen Yendrugalo Valunade. In the 8th Pasuram, Alvar is performing Mangala Shasanam to all the 5 weapons of Bhagavan, and he is also requesting Bhagavan to grant him union with Bhagavan and have a wonderful life in Srirangam. Kolaranda, having arrows. Nedumsarangam. Nedumsarangam means the huge bow, big bow. That is Sharangam, Sri Sharanga Bhau. Kun Nal Sangam, the Shankam, that is conch, which is null, distinguished, as well as Kun, curved, having a hunchback. That is because, due to continuously enjoying Bhagavan, the conch has lost all its pride and become very humble. Because of that, the conch has bent a little bit. So that Sri Panchajanyam. Kolayari. Kolayari means the Sudarshana Chakra, which is destroying, vanquishing all the enemies. Then Kodundandu, the mace, Kaumodaki, which causes fear in the heart of the enemies. And then finally, Kotram Olval, the sword, Nandaka, which is always victorious. Such sword, Kalaranda Kadum Gati. Next, Alvar is talking about Garudalvar. Kal means wind. Garudalvar is having the ability to fly so fast as wind. So, such Garudan Ennum, the one who is named as Garuda, Vendri Paravai, the victorious bird, that is Pakshi Raja, Garudalvar is known as Pakshi Raja. He is the king of all the birds. Ivayanithum, all of these. So the 5 weapons and then Garudalvar, all of them. Puram Sul Kapa. They are all surrounding Bhagavan and they are protecting Bhagavan. Selarnda Nadumkalani. By the fertile fields which are filled with fish. Solai Surunda, and then also surrounded by beautiful orchards. Thiruvarangathu Aravanayil Palli Kollum. One who is mercifully reclining on the Adishesha in Srirangam, in Thiruvarangam. Malonai, Bhagavan who is Sarveshwara, who is Supreme Lord, Sarvadika, greater than all. Valvinayen, I am a great sinner, such me. Kandi Inbam Kalaviyeidi. Why is Alvar saying himself to be a sinner? Because he has lost, he hasn't had the darshan of Bhagavan. So he is asking Bhagavan to grant that. Kandi Inba Kalaviyeidi. So worshipping that form of Bhagavan, perumAL, and then enjoying great bliss. Valum Nal. Valum Nal means the day when I am going to live. There is existing and there is living. Living means having a glorious life. Yendrugalo, when will I be uplifted? Asks Alvar in this 8th Pasuram. Then 9th Pasuram. Turada Manakadal Kondartangal Puram Kurumi Tirupugalgal Palavum Padi. Arada Manakalipodu Aluda Kannir Madaisora Nininduri Eti Nalum Siranda Muravosai Paravaigattum Thiruvaranga Taravanayil Palli Kollum Poradi Ammane Kandutulli Pudalathil Yendrugalo Puralnale. Alvar is getting more excited. He is asking in this pasuram, when am I going to jump up and down and roll on the ground in Srirangam after seeing your divine form? So that is what is being asked in this pasuram. Turada Kadal Manam. The mind, heart of devotees, they are having lots of desire to enjoy Bhagavan. Tondar Tangal Kuram. Such devotees, their Sri Vaishnavas, their Goshti, their collection, their group, in that Kurumi, mixing with them, Tirupugalgal Palavam Padi. Tirupugal means, Pugal usually means fame, but here Pugal means quality, because of the quality one is having fame. So Tirupugal means the glorious qualities of Bhagavan. And the qualities are represented using the names of Bhagavan. So singing those divine names of Bhagavan, Arada Manakalipodu. Because of that, having great joy, great bliss, which never satiates. Aluda Kannir, and then having happy tears in the eyes. Malai Sora, and that happy tears are overflowing like a great rain. Ninaindu Urugiyeti, thinking about Bhagavan, because of that becoming melted in the heart and praising Bhagavan. Nalum, every day, daily, Sirarnda Muravosai, the sound of the musical instruments, drums and percussion instruments and other musical instruments, which are all showing the prosperity of Bhagavan. So that those instruments, the sound, tumultuous sound from the instruments, Paravaikatum, that is showing the sound of ocean. How the ocean is making great noise, the same sound is seen here in Thiruvarangathu Aravanayil Palli Kollum in Srirangam, where Bhagavan is mercifully reclining on the Adishesha. Poradi Ammane, he is the one who is holding the divine chakra in his divine hand. Such Sarveshwara, Kandu, seeing him, worshipping him, Tulli, jumping up and down due to the joy and dancing out of that. Bhudalathil Puralum Naal, rolling on the floor. Yendrugolo, when is that going to happen? Asks Alvar in this Pasuram. Now, 10th Pasuram. Vanperu Vanagamuyya, Amararuyya, Mannuyya, Mannulayil, Manisaruyya, Tumbamigu Tuyaragala, Ayarvanilla, Chugammadara, Agamagilum, Tondar Vaழ, Anpodu Thendisai Nokki Palli Kollum, Maniyarangan Thirumutrathu, Adiyar Thangal, Inbamigu Perunguruvu Kandu, Yanum Isaindudane, Yendrugolo, Irukku Naale. Again, Kulashekara Alvar is asking in this Pasuram, when am I going to see the great gathering, assembly of wonderful devotees of Sri Ranganatha, and when am I going to fittingly remain in that Goshti as one amongst them? That is the eagerness which Kulashekara Alvar has to be united with the Bhagavata devotees Goshti. Let us see the word by word meaning. Val, the one which doesn't get destroyed even during Naimittika Pralaya. Naimittika Pralaya means the deluge which happens in between every day of Brahma. There are several deluges which happen, Pralayam which happens, those are all called Naimittika Pralayam. That even during that Naimittika Pralayam, Vanagamuyya, Peru Vanagamuyya, that is the great Satyalokam and other higher lokams which remain undisturbed even during Pralayam to uplift the people in Satyalokam or to uplift the Satyalokam itself. And then Amaraluyya, to have all the Devatas such as Brahma, Rudra, Indra, Varuna, to have all of them uplifted. Amaraluyya, that is Devatas, all of them to be uplifted. And then Mannuyya, to have the earth uplifted. Mannulayil Manisaruyya, all the Atmas who have taken birth, assuming different bodies in the earth, to have them uplifted. Migli Tunbam Tuyaragala, all the sorrows which are caused by sins, papams, to have them removed. Ayar Vondri Illa Chugam Vadara, the bliss which has no shortcoming, which has no limitation, to have that grow. Chugam Vadara. Agam Magilum, to cause joy in the heart. Tondar Vaழ, to have the Sri Vaishnavas living a exalted life. Anbodu, due to having love towards, affection towards Sri Vibhishan Alvan, Anbudan, that is with love, Thendisai Nokki, looking at the southern direction, Palli Kollum, Kanvadarum, Aniyarangan Thirumutrathu, in the inside sanctorium of Periya Perumal, Migi Inbam, filled with joy, Adiyar Thangal, all the Sri Vaishnavas, Puluvu Kandu, seeing their big Goshti, their assembly, Yanum Isaindu, aligning with their thought process, being one amongst them, Udane Irukkum Naal, remaining with them and enjoying Bhagavan. Yendrugolo, when is it going to happen for me? Asks Kulashekara Alvar. In this Pasuram, Anbodu Thendisai Nokki is a very important aspect. I'll just explain that briefly. There are two reasons cited by our Purvacharyas. Generally, it is said that Bhagavan is facing the southern direction where Lanka is present and Sri Vibhishan Alvan is ruling Lanka. So, because when Vibhishan Alvan was carrying Sriranga Vimanam, Periya Perumal, Namperumal, Sri Devi, Bhumi Devi Nachiyar from Sri Ayodhya carrying on the Akasha Margam, on the sky. At that time, he places the Sriranga Vimanam in this island of Srirangam, which is surrounded by Kaveri. The island was so beautiful, filled with lots of orchards, gardens, and so on. And Bhagavan decided to stay there. But that Sriranga Vimanam was given as a gift by Sri Rama to Vibhishanarvan. Now that Bhagavan is staying in Srirangam, he wanted to do some favor for Sri Vibhishanarvan. Hence, he tells Vibhishanarvan, you go and be in Lanka and I will always be watching you and blessing you from here. So that is one reason which is shown. But Vedanta Charya shows another reason, that Andal Nacharya is present in Sri Villibuttur, which is in the southern direction when looked at from Srirangam. So Bhagavan is really looking at Andal Nacharya, not Sri Vibhishanarvan, it is said. So that is the 10th Pasuram. Finally, 11th Pasuram, Palastuti, where the benefit of reciting these Pasurams are explained. திடர்விளங்கு கரைப்பொன்னி நடுவுபாட்டு திருவரங்க தரவணையில் பள்ளி கொள்ளும் கடல் விளங்கு கருமேனி அம்மான் தன்னை கண்ணார கண்டுபக்கும் காதல் தன்னால் குடை விளங்கு விரல் தானை கொற்றவொள்வாள் கூடலர்கோன் குடை குலசேகரன் சொற்செய்த நடைவிளங்கு தமிழ் மாலை பத்தும் வல்லால் நலந்திகள் நாள் நடிக்கீழ் நன்னுவாரே. Those who recite these 10 pasurams in a very good manner, they will reach the Sriman Narayana Bhagavan, who has beautiful auspicious qualities and will remain with such Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, says Alvar in this Pasuram. Tidar Vilangu Karai, having the shores where the sand dunes are present in a nice manner. Ponni Naduvapattu, remaining in the middle of Kaveri river. Aravanayil Palli Kollum, Arangat Aravanayil Palli Kollum, one who is resting, mercifully reclining on Adishesha in Srirangam. Kadal Vilangu Karimeni Amman Tannai, Kadal Vilangu Karimeni Amman Tannai. One who is rejuvenating, Shramaharam means rejuvenating, like ocean. Bhagavan has such divine form that anyone who sees him will become fresh, rejuvenated. Such Sarveshwaran, Kannara Kandugakum Kadal Tannal. Due to the desire of wanting to see Periyaperumal with his own eyes, Kulashekara Alvar, Kudai Vilangu, the white umbrella, which is the identity of a Chakravarti, that white umbrella, Vilangum Avara, that is, having such white umbrella in a shining manner, Viraltanai, the victorious army, having such army, Kotram Volval, having the sword, which is always victorious, Kudalargon, one who is the leader of Mathura, Kodai Kulasegaran, one who is having great Audharyam. Such Kulashekara Alvar, Sochaida, Audharyam means magnanimity. So Kulashekara Alvar is said to be greatly magnanimous. Such Kulashekara Alvar, Sochaida, one who mercifully said, Nadai Vilangu Tamil Malai, due to its the line of poetry, the theme or the sequence of words, because of that this poetry is shining. Such Tamil Malai Pattam Vallar. These 10 pasurams which are made of Tamil language, those who are able to recite these pasurams, Nalandigal Naranan, Periyaperumal, who is having all auspicious qualities. Whenever we say Periyaperumal, it is Sriman Narayana only. Whenever we say Sriman Narayana, it is Periyaperumal only. That Periyaperumal's Adikil Nannuvare, they will take shelter of Periyaperumal and they will remain there. That is the 10th Pasuram, 11th Pasuram. With this first Padigam comes to an end. It's a very beautiful Padigam on Sri Ranganatha, given by Kulashekara Alvar. We enjoyed this with Periyavachan Pillai's brief, Periyavachan Pillai's commentary in a brief way. We'll continue on with the next Padigam in the next session. Alvar thirumozhi Sharanam, Emberumanar thirumozhi Sharanam, Periyavachan Pillai thirumozhi Sharanam, GR thirumozhi Sharanam, GR thirumozhi Sharanam, Kulashekara Alvar thirumozhi Sharanam. பல்லாண்டு பல்லாண்டு பல்லாயிரத்தாண்டு பல கோடி நூறாயிரம் பல்லாண்டு தின்றோல்மணி வண்ணாவும் சேவடி செவிதிருக்காப்படி ஓமோடும் நோடும் பெரியவன் 1000 பல்லாண்டு வடிவாய்ந்தும் தலமார்களில் வாழ்கின்ற மங்கையும் பல்லாண்டு வடிவார் சோதி வளத்தடியும் சுடர் ஆழியும் பல்லாண்டு படைப்போர் புக்கு முழங்கும் அப்பாஞ்ச சன்னியமும் பல்லாண்டே.
KOIL.org has published a variety of Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam books in different languages. A wide range of books covering different topics from absolute beginners to advanced level knowledge seekers are available at books.koil.org. Books can be ordered via email koil.org@gmail.com or WhatsApp. For details, please contact mobile numbers 8220-151966, 9600-595273